Hey y'all, put up a picture of the lights that I added to my tractor. This tractor's getting about 2 years old. People seem to like the picture of the lights that I posted. So I'm gonna go through quickly with what I did. We'll start off here. I ordered a light kit that came with this bar that has spots and floods in it. It also came with those two pod lights, so I mounted them on the back for using the backhoe. You come with the relay, the wiring, and the switch. Now this switch, where I mounted it at, had a square hole here that was smaller than this switch. So I made it rectangular by using a Dremel tool so that it fit in there nice and flush and looks real nice. And when you flip it on, the little red light comes on. I do have these wires straight to the battery so that the tractor does not have to be running if I want to use them for work lights. Now as far as the wiring goes, I put all the main wiring with the relay and everything underneath here. On this panel here, you have plenty of room to mount relays and different options. I took out the port that they had here and added a quick charge USB to run my GoPro, because I have a GoPro mount here. Of course, if I got my cell phone on the tractor, I can keep it charged. It's got two ports on it and shows you the battery voltage. And back when I got the tractor, I put LEDs in place of the headlights. And so the wiring that feeds the relay under here, the main wiring, is run alongside the factory wiring until it gets up to about right here, and then it branches off and goes straight to the battery. I put a heavy gauge trailer plug here so that I can unplug the roll bar lights if I decide to take the roll bar off, which I probably won't have to do now, because during all this process here, I actually shortened it about 8 inches. Anybody that has one of these 2505 tractors know that the roll bar on these things are about 8 foot off the ground. And when you buy a compact tractor, you're more than likely going to use it in an area that has a lot of trees and, you know, do kind of landscaping type deals with. And if you got the roll bar up, it's going to catch everything. So until I did this, I actually took the roll bar off this tractor. It's not been on here the entire time. And then I decided to shorten it up and mount the lights. And I did that by, this is the bracket here, the coupling they have that you can take the pin out to let it down. Well, this piece that's right here was welded to this bar, so I cut the weld they had out and removed that bar out of there, and I'll show you the ends of that in a minute. And then moved it up and re-welded it. And when I welded it, I did it on a timer so that I wouldn't get the metal too hot and change the temper of it, because it's probably a tempered piece of steel. And so I didn't change the temper on that. Then I welded the same way with the timer set, a bracket there, a bracket there, a bracket there, and a bracket here to mount all the lights on. And I run the wiring to them all down to the relays that's inside here. Now I'm going to pull this roll bar off and paint the entire thing. Right now I've only painted, that's why this is so shiny. I've only painted from here to here to cover up the new welds and everything that I put in there. And I'll put some steel shots along with the post. As you can see up there, I haven't painted yet. You can still see the metal from where I took the powder coat off to do the welding. But you can see that's been painted. All right, so there we go. That covers the lights and the roll bar. Like I say, I shortened it 8 inches. I'm about 5'9". If I can straighten my back up, I might hit 5'10". And if I wear a nice pair of stilettos, I can get maybe 6 foot. Just kidding about that. But anyway, turn that off. Now we'll go over here and I'll show you the pieces that I cut out. At first I cut 6 inches out, and it still was a little too high. So I went back and took 2 more inches out. This is the 6-inch pieces I cut out. As you can see where I cut the weld along the bracket they had on here where the hinges are. And you can see all the rust that was under there, so I'm kind of glad I did that. Now, I had painted and treated all this metal before I put the coupling or the hinge back on there and welded it. So I shouldn't have that problem again. And there's the additional 2 inches that I took off of each bar right there. Now, I was going to just custom make an entire roll bar using my bend pack pipe bender there. But I decided to just go ahead and alter the factory one, because I thought it would look a little bit better and have tubing, because that's the one I made for my boat here. I made this about 3-4 years ago out of aluminized pipe. So you can just take a scuff pad and go over it and it all shines up pretty nicely. Haven't did it this year yet, but I put that on there, and I made these 4 rod holders to go on there. Some of the attachments come my bin pack, you're able to do those little roll tips there, so I did that, put 2 on each side. And then I mounted them lights and that Bluetooth speaker on there. But I was just going to take and probably do a double roll bar for the tractor and just make it with the pipe bender over there. But like I said, I wanted to kind of keep it factory looking. And shortening it, I think, was the best idea, just shorten the original one. Now, any of this stuff that I've used, if you want to know more information about it, like the LED kit that I got, and that has flood and spots, and then the 2 pods come in the kit with the relay and the wiring and the switch. And or if you want to know about any of the tools I used, I've got a Milwaukee and a Hitachi grinder, but we just got a new Harbor Freight opened up near me, so I've been trying out some of their tools. And I actually used this free one they gave me when I bought some stuff to cut all the welds out with a cutting disc on it. And then just a couple days ago, I got this one here, and I've been trying it out with a cutting disc to make the stand for this here bender roller shear. Putting wheels on it where I can pull it from this shop to the other 2 shops that I have out here. And also have casters on the front where I can move it around on the cement once it gets to whichever shop I need to use it, or even in the yard if it so needs to be the case. There's one of my other shops out there, has the 2-post lift. You can see way back over there, and then there's another one off to the right of this shop if you're looking at the front of it. But if you need to link to any of this stuff, I don't know what it is. Mostly what I've used building a roll bar. I actually didn't have this when I built the roll bar, just got this, but I've been using it building that stand there. But I did use that little grinder, this welding machine, and all this stuff here. That's from Northern Tool. It's probably, I guess, 8-9 years old. Pipe bender over there is about the same, 8 or 9 years old. Like I said, I made this about 3 years ago using that same pipe bender there. But any of this stuff, if you want to know how it works that you see in the video, just give me a shout out, and I'll be glad to supply you with links or any kind of information that you need. And the LED bulbs that I used in the front as well, if you want to know where I got them from, I'll be more than glad to give you that information. I'm not going to just put it in there because it might get banned. I've already been banned one time, just recently been able to get back on here. It's kind of late at night, so I'm going to stop the video there. Maybe it won't be too long that they'll let it post. And still got to take this off and paint the rest of it, and it'll be completely done. I've already tried it out last couple nights. I was out there using it. Works great. I can see good behind the backhoe. I can see good in front of the whatever implement I may have on the front of this, whether it be forks, blade, bucket, bush forks, whatever. In fact, it works better with the headlights off because it shines, directly down here. But with the headlights on, it casts a shadow of whatever implement you got on. So I usually just use it without running the headlights. If I've got anything on the front of the tractor, it'll probably be the way I do it. And the height is fine. It's about 1 foot over my head now from the light bar. Again, like I said, I'm about 5'9", and kind of long torso, so I imagine people 6 foot wouldn't have no problem. And before, it was so high it would catch the limbs, and you can see all the scratches on it. I guess they'll pick up in the video, but anyway, the limbs would catch that, and then it would pull them down and whack you in the top of the head. So I just took the thing off when I bought the tractor, and this is the first time it's been put back on, and as I said, it's about 2 years old. Well, I hope this helps you out, gives you some ideas, or if you want to copy the same exact thing, that's great too. And ask any questions you want. Thank you.